دكتور صباح الخير.
صباح النور، أهلين أنس.
دكتور ممكن الجيميل أبعث لك مسج فيه ضروري؟
على الجيميل. ليش ما تبعث لي على الواي يو؟
الواي يو تمام ماشي. وين بلاقيه؟
تبع الجامعة تلاقيه على الموقع، بتلاقيه عبيدات@yu.edu.gr.
تمام.
بس
اوكي،
شكرا دكتور.
هلا فيك، اهلين. All right, 32, 31, good enough. I think we can start now. Okay, just in case. So, okay, quickly we'll go over what we have talked about last time. We introduced semantics. We talked about the basic and simple definition of semantics, and we said semantics is what? Semantics is where are you? Where is everybody? Semantics is the study of meaning in language, right? Check your life.
Doctor.
Yeah.
Is the study of meaning in language,
right?
Or is the branch of linguistics and the logic concerned with meaning?
Right. Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you, Laith. All right. So yeah, that's semantics. Yeah, it's the study of meaning in language. Sometimes you may read something like the scientific study of meaning in language, because it's at best linguistics is considered a field or of social sciences. Okay, if we look at it from a pure theoretical perspective, some people may say it's a science, but at best, because it also deals with the social aspect, the social function of language in society, it's classified as a social science, but it is not a branch of humanities, okay? Because it's based on theories, hypotheses, and things like that. That's why it's classified as a social science, and that's why some people would like to add the word scientific. It's the scientific study of meaning in language. And as we said, or as just your colleague Laith said, it's a branch of linguistics that is concerned with meaning in language. And we said there are two types of meaning that we are concerned with. These are the two types of meaning that we are concerned with. We classified them into
dictionary meaning and speaker meaning.
Right. Okay, word or sentence meaning, if you like. And that's the hardcore meaning that you find in a dictionary, of course.
Yeah.
And speaker meaning. And we said word meaning or sentence meaning, and the reason why they differentiate between word meaning and sentence meaning, because words may acquire new shades of meaning in the company of other words, okay? So the word by itself has meaning, denotes an aspect of meaning, but it carries also a connotation of meaning when it's in the company of other words. That's why we say word meaning or sentence meaning. Okay, so words in the company of other words acquire new shades of meaning. So that's one the reason why we talk about word meaning or sentence meaning, and that's, as we said, that's the hardcore meaning of words in language. This is the meaning that we find in dictionaries, and we can look it up. And it's actually the part of meaning that we are concerned with, because we can look it up, we can make a list of it, we can find means to study it. Whereas a speaker meaning is based on individual intentions, okay? So the words mean something and your intention is to make them mean something else. That's really hard to capture, okay? That is really hard to capture because many factors influence the intended meaning. Okay, yes, it's based on the intention of the individual, but also the surrounding circumstances, the context, the situation in which words are said. And this is something that is difficult for us to capture because it cannot be listed in a dictionary. It cannot be, you cannot find it anywhere. Speaker meaning cannot be found anywhere. And that what gives the native speakers of the language the upper edge over non-native speakers, because they can interpret the intended meaning of the native speaker of the language, which is sometimes difficult for non-native speakers to capture. It's based on native intuition, as we said. That's what makes it a bit difficult. Okay, I assume now all of you have the books with you, right? Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. We have a caption from Through the Looking Glass. Okay, this is Lewis Carroll's novel, if you like, and there in that exercise we need to pick up all instances of the word mean. So whether it is the word mean, means, meant, meaning, etc. Okay. So we're going to read this caption and see what's in there. All right, and from line 1 to 5, let's say. Would like to read this for us?
Doctor, which page, please?
This is the first page, page number 1.
Okay.
Come on, assume you I said you have the book, so you should have read this. Okay. مين يقرأ from line 1 to 5 quickly. Okay. يلا. Hurry up, I want to see hands. وين No hands. Okay. يلا يا ليث.
Okay. That shows that there are 364 days. When you get a birthday presents, certainty, say the lies, and only one for birthday presents. You know, there's glory for you.
Okay. All right. From line 6 to line 10, Hamza.
Okay, Doctor.
what you mean by glory, Alice said. Humpty Dumpty smiled continuously. Of course you do not. Till I tell you, I mean, there is a nice knockdown argument for you. But glory doesn't mean a nice knockdown argument. Alice objected.
Okay. 11 to 15. 11 to 15.
You mean,
I want
I
someone
got
else to read 11 to 15.
okay, Doctor, I'm
other
sorry.
than Hamza and Laif. Bayan. Okay. Bayan. Yes, Bayan.
When I use the word Humpty-Dumpty, said in rather a scornful tone, it means just what I choose it to mean, neither more nor less. The question is, said Alice, whether you can make words mean so many different things. But the question is, say Humpty-Dumpty, which is to be master, that's all.
Okay. All right. Let's see if we have more. All right. So as you see, this is just a small caption from that novel, and the word mean and meant repeated several times in there. So that shows that there are 364 days when you might get unbirthday presents. We have how many? 365 days in a year. So he's saying that shows there are 364 days when you might get unbirthday presents. Okay, so only one day during the year you get birthday presents, but if you get other presents, that means they are not birthday presents. And certainly, said Alice. Yeah. And only one for birthday presents, you know? That's glory for you. I don't know what you mean by glory, Alice said. Humpty Dumpty smiled contemptuously. Of course, you don't tell, I tell you. I meant there is a nice knockdown argument for you. But glory doesn't mean a nice knockdown argument, Alice objected. When I use a word, Humpty Dumpty said in rather a scornful tone, it means just what I chose it to mean, neither more nor less. The question is, said Alice, whether you can make words mean so many different things. The question is, said Humpty Dumpty, which is to be master. That's all. Okay. So in a way, I mean, the word mean and meant is repeated several times, but you see, it talks about what words mean and what you choose them to mean. Okay. So in a way, there is a hidden distinction between word meaning or sentence meaning and speaker meaning. Okay. And you realize this in the line where he says, it means just what I choose it to mean. Okay, so it's his choice, not what the word actually means. All right, let's see. The questions are trivial questions on this. The first one says, what word is the subject of the verb mean in line 6? I don't know what you mean by glory, Alice said. That's line 6. All right. So what word is the subject of the verb mean? Quickly, who would like to give me the subject in this sentence? For the verb mean? Yeah, Hussam.
Doctor, you before
You, right. Okay. Yeah. What is the subject of the verb mean in line 9? And line 9 says, but glory doesn't mean a nice knockdown argument. Alice objected. Okay.
Glory.
Glory.
Glory, right, exactly. What is understood as the subject of the verb mean in line 12? The question is, said Alice, is that the, no, this is 14, 13, yeah, here. Okay, it means just what I choose it to mean, neither more nor less.
Nor less.
Okay, what is understood as the subject of the verb mean? Okay, what is understood as the subject?
Subject is it.
It, right, yeah. It is the word it. Okay. And he's talking about the word, right? He's talking about the meaning of the word. So it means it means just what I choose it to mean. All right. Okay. List all the instances by line number where mean, means, or meant has a personal subject like I or you. Include instances already listed in the questions above. I think this is easy. It can be done. Yani. So when the subject is not I or you, it is in line 4. When it's others, probably it is in line 5. So I think you can read these numbers. All right. So as you see in the comment, okay, and I don't know if anyone would like to read the comment for us, because this is the important part where they comment on the purpose of this this exercise. I want to see more hands, just one person. يلا أشوف. Would like to read the comment. Maybe not all of it. Maybe I'd like ask someone else to help. يلا حمزة, start.
Okay. Feedback.
No, not the feedback. The comment, yeah, Hamza. We're not interested in the feedback. This is just for you. Okay.
Lewis Carroll had brilliant insights into the nature of meaning and into the foibles of people who theorize about it. In the passage above, he is playfully suggesting that the meanings carried by words may be affected by a speaker's will. On the whole, we probably feel that Alice is right, that words mean what they mean independently of the will of their users. But on the other hand, it would be foolish to dismiss entirely Humpty Dumpty's enigmatic final remark.
Okay, so this is basically what we said, right?
Right.
We said that the hidden message in this paragraph, in this caption, is the distinction between word meaning and speaker meaning. Okay, so at the beginning they started asking about what words mean, and that's the independent meaning of words, okay, regardless of who uses them. That's the dictionary meaning, right? But then when Humpty Dumpty said, the words mean what I chose them to mean, that's speaker meaning. That depends on the speaker will. Okay, so this is basically the distinction between speaker meaning and word meaning. Safa, yalla ya Safa.
Okay. What is it?
Lewis Carroll's aim.
Yeah, okay, I found it. Lewis Carroll's aim was to amuse, and he could afford to be enigmatic,
Yeah.
enigmatic and even non-cynical. The aim of serious semanticists is to explain and clarify the nature of meaning, for better or for worse. This puts us in a different literary genre from Through the Looking Glass. The time has come to talk seriously of meaning.
Okay. All right. So yeah, based on the fact that it is used in literature, people are aware of the fact that we have speaker meaning and word meaning, makes it a serious task on the shoulders of semanticists to clarify this distinction between speaker meaning and word meaning or sentence meaning. Okay, look at the following practice. Do the following two English sentences mean approximately the same thing? Approximately, not exactly, but approximately. Okay. يلا يا صفا. That is, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'll be back later and I will return after some time.
Do these two
is
sentences?
the answer
Do these two
okay.
sentences mean approximately the same thing?
I'll be back later. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. We have talked about these two examples last time. I don't know if you were with us or not, but we said this is basically like a paraphrasing. One is paraphrasing the other. One is paraphrasing the other.
Mm-hmm.
We cited these examples. We said if you come like to a physician's door, you have an appointment with a doctor, and you come and you find the sign, "I'll be back later," and you ask what this sign means, and somebody says to you, "I will return after some time." You know, a rude person may say, "Well, excuse me, I know English, so I don't want you to just paraphrase what's written for me," because that's not an answer. That's not an answer to my question. When I say, what does the sign mean when he says, "I'll be back later," and you come and tell me it means I will return after some time? Well, this is obvious because you have not introduced anything new. You just paraphrased the sign for me, but I want to know what the doctor intends to mean by this sign. Okay? Does he mean that he'll be coming back like soon in 1 hour, or he's like has a small business to attend and come back, or he may be gone the whole day, he may never come back? How long do I have to wait? And things like that. All right. So as far as the meaning of the two sentences is concerned, yes, the two have approximately the same meaning. Okay. Question number 2, yeah, Bayan.
Is the answer of the previous question obvious to a normal speaker of English? Yes.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I said. Yani when a person would like to reply to your answer would say, "Excuse me, I know English." Okay? Don't try to interpret the first sentence for me. I mean, giving me an interpretation, not answering my question. All right. Number 3. Question number 3. Number 3. Come on, guys. I thought you would be more involved in this. And even if we don't, يلا يا حسام.
in the light of your reply to number 2. If I ask, what did John mean when he said he'd be back later? Would you be giving the helpful kind of answer that I probably won't if you said he meant that he would return after some time? Yes, of course, doctor.
Why I mean إذا سألتك أنا شو معنى شو قصده ب I'll be back later ورحت أنت قلت لي قصده إنه I will return after some time. أنت ساعدتني هيك وجاوبت على سؤالي.
Doctor, that's the meaning of the sentence. What can
No,
I say?
I didn't ask you about the meaning. Look, my question is clear. I didn't say what the sentence mean. I said, what did he mean by saying I'll be back later?
I think I can say he will go to somewhere and will be back.
Well, maybe, or he may not come back, or I don't know really actually if he's gonna be back or not. So,
Maybe.
yeah, I'm not asking you for an interpretation. So a person who knows English knows what the sentence I'll be back later means.
دكتور هي نفسها speaker meaning.
Well, that's what the person asking is looking for. The person asking the question is looking for speaker meaning. But what he's getting is word or sentence meaning. ملاحظ الفرق بين التنتين؟ هو بيسأل عن speaker meaning. لما بيحكي
لما بيحكي what is John
yeah, what did John mean when he said he'd be back later? هو هنا ما بيسأل عن معنى الجملة لأنه he knows English. هو بيسأل عن speaker meaning. فما بصير أنت تعطيه sentence meaning يعني وكأنه ما بيعرف إنجليزي. مش هيك؟ كأنه ما بيعرف اللغة يعني هو طارئ على اللغة. No, he knows exactly that I'll be back later means I'll come back after some time. He knows this. Come on, يعني don't like insulting. This is an insulting answer. For someone who knows the language, this is an insulting answer, offensive. You are offending the person asking the question. Because he knows the language, but he's looking for speaker meaning. What did the doctor mean by saying I'll be back later? ملاحظين هو عن ايش بيسأل؟ بيسأل عن إشي وأنت بتجاوبه بإشي تاني. ما بصير.
دكتور يعني هو قصده مش المعنى الحرفي، قصده مثلا بيسأل سؤال عادي.
He's not, yeah, exactly. ما هو يعني هذا اللي قال كأننا قوم جلوس وحولهم ماء، مش هيك اللي قال فسر الماء بعد الجهد بالماء. هو ما بيسأل عن هذا يعني، ما بيسأل عن literal meaning if you like. He's not asking for the literal meaning of the sentence because that's dictionary meaning, that's hardcore meaning, and anyone who knows the language should know the hardcore meaning. But the problem is that it is difficult to guess speaker meaning. Okay, so that's why the answer for number 3, whether you're being helpful or not, no, you're not being helpful at all. You got that, Husam?
Yes,
yeah, أنت ما ساعدته إنه يحصل على المعلومة.
Yes,
okay.
I
okay.
understood.
Okay, no problem. Number 4. Let's see number 4. يلا يا صبا.
Yeah. In asking what did John mean when he said he'd be back later, is the questioner primarily asking A, what the sentence I'll be back later means, or B, what John meant in saying it? B.
B. Yes, definitely B.
Yeah.
Definitely B. Right. Because as we said, looking for Speaker meaning, not sentence meaning.
Exactly.
Yeah. Number 5. Number 5. أنا بقدر أختار أسماء، يعني هاي الأسماء كلها موجودة عندي، بس أنا حاب أنتوا تشاركوا voluntarily. إيش نظل نتنقل بين، يلا يا محمد.
A dictionary can be thought of a list of the meanings of words, of what words mean. Could one make a list of what speakers, for example, John, you, or I mean? Of course, no.
No, that's the difficult part about language and about semantics, is that we cannot make a list of speaker meaning, because that's changing. You use the same expression in different situations and it has different meaning. يعني take the word طيب في اللغة العربية مثلا، كلمة طيب. Okay. بكل السياقات راح تعطيك نفس المعنى؟
No.
دكتور, sometimes طيب means sweet, sometimes طيب means he is a kind person.
Sometimes it
Delicious.
means
Okay.
متواجه، بفرجيك. Check.
Yes.
Could be a threat as well. Right? Could be a compliment and it could be a threat. Depending on the context. فما بصير أنا أروح أعمل قاموس وأقول كلمة طيب معناها sweet ومعناها kind. Okay? وفكر، لو تفكر بمجموعة معاني كلمة طيب حسب السياقات تطلع بقائمة طويلة بهذه الأشياء. Why you can think of so many other words like this. Okay. So it's difficult then. Number 6. Number 6, which says, do you understand this question?
What question?
Okay, well, the question about meaning, whether about speaker meaning and yeah, making the distinction. Okay, let's see, because the answer to this comes in what follows. Okay, so the word mean can be used in the language either to reflect dictionary meaning or speaker meaning. So yeah, these are the two parts of, or two sides of the coin. One talking about word meaning and sentence meaning, which is the meaning you find in a dictionary, and the other side talks about speaker meaning, and that's difficult to capture because it varies or changes from one context to another. Let's read the definition. Let us read the definition. Speaker meaning. We'll begin with the speaker meaning. Yes, Hussein, go ahead. رافع ايدك يا حسام، ما بعرف هو من قبل ولا نسرين. يلا يا نسرين اقرأي لنا سبيكر مين. خلي نسرين تقرأ. نسرين.
Speaker meaning is what a speaker mean when be uses a piece of language.
Okay.
In sentence meaning.
Wait. Let's go back and read it again because we have to make sure we understood this. Speaker meaning يا نسرين مرة ثانية.
Is what speaker means when he uses a piece of.
واللي بين قوسين ترى هذا مهم.
Intends to convey.
Right. When he uses
a piece of language.
Right, when he uses a piece of language. So we're asking about the intention of the speaker, right? We're asking about the intention of the speaker. Okay. What does he intend to say? So that's speaker meaning, all right? Compared to sentence meaning or word meaning. And who من عندنا صبا ليث. يلا يا ليث.
Okay, sentence meaning or word meaning is what a sentence or word means. What it counts as is as the equivalent of the of in the language concerned.
Right. Okay. So is what a sentence or word means, i.e., what it counts as the equivalent of in the language concerned. يعني شو المعنى المكافئ لها في اللغة. Okay, that's dictionary meaning. The equivalent of معناها المعنى المكافئ. Okay, all right, so that's the difference then. One is talking about the intended meaning and the other is talking about what is the equivalent meaning for it in the language concerned. The distinction is useful in analyzing the various kinds of communications between people made possible by language. Last time I read to you the practice, the first practice, between two people at the bus stop. Okay? And for clarification, just to remember, one reads A and one reads B. Let's see. نسرين وصفا واحدة تقرأ A وواحدة تقرأ B. يلا.
Okay.
Nice day.
Yes, a bit warmer than yesterday, isn't it?
That's right. One day fine, the next cooler.
I expect it might get cooler again tomorrow.
Maybe. You never know what to expect. Do you?
No. Have you been away on a holiday?
Yes, we went to Spain.
Did you? We're going to France next month.
Okay, someone.
Oh, are you?
All right.
Oh, are you? That will be nice for the family. Do they speak French?
Sheila's quite good at it, and we're hoping Martin will improve.
I expect he will. I do hope you have a good time.
Thank you. By the way, has the 42 bus gone by yet? It seems to be late.
No, I have been here since 8 o'clock and I haven't seen it.
Good. I don't want to be late for work. What time is it now?
8:25.
Okay, thank you. All right. So we read this dialogue, this exchange last time, and we've seen how they started the conversation by talking about the weather, and then moved to talk about family things, and then came to the most important part when they start asking about the 42 bus and not wanting to be late for work, and so on. Okay. All right. Let's see the questions. Number 1. Does speaker A tell speaker B anything he doesn't already know in line 1, 3, and 5? ونبدأ بيان. يلا يا بيان.
Probably not. No.
No, not probably not. Not probably.
It's no.
Definitely not.
Yes.
Because he's talking about the obvious, right? يعني احنا
Yes.
واقفين برا تحت محطة مظلة الباص وبقول لك nice day today. يعني it's being nice does not really depend on just vision and seeing, but on feeling as well. يعني حتى لو كان الشخص المقابل cannot see, he can feel that it is a nice day today. So definitely not. He's not telling him anything in you. And he says, nice day today. That's right. One day fine, the next cooler. Well, this is the typical weather in Britain. In Britain, every day you see a different weather, right? And then 5, he says, maybe you never know what to expect, do you? طيب. Bashar, let's see number 2, yeah, Bashar.
Yeah.
Does A's statement in line 7 give B any new information?
Yeah, doctor, yes.
Okay, where is that? Have you been away on holiday? And he says, yes, we went to Spain. So yes,
Spain.
Yeah, he's giving them new information. That's true. Because this is something that the first speaker doesn't know. Something that the first speaker does not know. Okay. Let's see question number 3. When B says, did you in line 8, is he already asking A to tell him whether A went to Spain? مين؟ حسام. يلا حسام.
No, doctor.
No, because he's not trying to ask whether what's being said is true or not, right?
Yes.
وما قاعد بكذبه أو بصدقه وبده مشان to continue the conversation. Okay? This is a tag question for confirmation, not for asking whether what's being said is true or false. Okay? تعرفوا التاج question اللي هو الجملة وبعديها سؤال. Okay? Did you? Are you? Okay, I'm a student. Are you? Okay. This is what we call a tag question in grammar. Tag questions can be used to ask whether or verify whether what's being said is true or false. Yes. But it also can be used to confirm what's being said and continue the conversation. And this is what goes on here. وما قاعد بكذبه أو بصدقه. لو كان هيك كان توقف عن الحكي وبطل وزعل وفلت offended. Okay? لا. This is for continuation of conversation. Question number 4. Is there any indication that A needs to know the information that B gives him about traveling to France? مين بده يجاوب؟
No.
السؤال مين اللي جاوب؟ صفا؟
Me, yes. No.
Okay. No, هو ما سأله يعني وما بس هو فقط to keep the, as we said, the wheel of communication running. Okay. All right. Question number 5. Does A's that'll be nice for the family in line 9 give B any information?
No.
No new information, right?
He asked.
Yeah.
He asked information.
No, he said just he's commenting. That's all. He said that will be nice for the family. That will be nice for the family. And he meant that. He meant it's going to be nice for the family because they're going to France. Let's see the following question. Number 6. عندنا دينا صوالح. يلا يا دينا.
Do a statement in line 13 and 15 give B any information that B needs? Yes.
Yes. Okay. So you see in the previous discussion about going to Spain and France, there is a new information. But does the speaker really need this new information? And the answer we said no. But in these 2 lines, as you said, 13 and 15, it's a new information and he needs the new information. Okay? All right, and the last one, or the one before the last, number 7. At what point does this conversation switch from an exchange of uninformative statements to an exchange of informative statements? Muhammad. Allah ya Muhammad.
Doctor, I think in question 6.
From being uninformative to being informative? You think it's in question number 6. Okay. All right. Okay. And the last one, at what point does the information exchange begin to be of a sort that one of the speakers actually needs for some purpose in going about his everyday business? And that is, yeah, Bayan.
In line 12.
In line 12, when he's talking about the bus, the 8th, whatever, the 42 bus has gone by or not yet. Okay, so you see, there is initiation of conversation talking about the weather, but we said this is not any new information. It's not informative at all. No new information there. Both know everything about the weather. And then the conversation started to be informative because there is a new information talking about the family going to France and Spain, and children know French and some do not know, and enjoyment of the trip and all of that. It's a new information, but is it needed? And the answer is no. There is a new information, but it is not needed. Is it informative? Yes. Is it needed? The answer is no. And then in the last part of the dialogue, starting from line 12, the conversation is informative and needed. It's informative and it is needed. يعني اثنين واقفين على محطة عمرهم ما راح يلتقوا بجوز مرة ثانية، هذه صدفة جمعتهم. شو يعني بيفيد واحد إنه يعرف إنه واحد كان بإسبانيا ولا بفرنسا. Okay? And they don't know each other's names as well. But anyway. But as you see, so new information, not informative, new information, but informative. Okay. But as you see, this is the kind of communication that may go on at a bus stop. The first part of the conversation is to, as we say, break the tip of the iceberg to initiate conversation, to create an atmosphere of peace and comfort. The middle part, when the information started to be informative, is meant to keep the wheel of communication running. To keep the wheel of communication running. بدنا إيش نحكي عنه حتى يظل هذا الحديث مستمر. فلقوا أحسن شيء يحكي له عن العائلة. بعدين, in the last part, they started to talk about something really important and needed. Okay. So that's what the comment actually says. It says all the things said in this conversation are meaningful in one way or another, but one must not equate meaningfulness with informativeness in a narrow sense. يعني في معظم الكلمات في اللغة تحمل معنى, has meaning, right? يعني very few function words ما إلها معنى, okay? They're used for grammatical reasons or whatever, but they don't have a meaning by themselves. يعني واحد يجي يقول لك is, شو معنى is؟ ولا شيء, ما إلها شيء. This is a tense carrier in language. لكن that's why we differentiate when we talk about words between content words, words that have meaning, and function words. هذه اللي مستخدمها لأغراض قواعدية واللي لوحدها ما إلها أي معنى. بعد يقول لك a ولا an ولا ذا ولا okay if ولا and by itself it has no meaning. Okay. All right. So we can say then the majority, most of the words in the language do have meaning, but being meaningful does not mean being informative. Being meaningful does not mean being informative. So we make a distinction between meaningfulness and informativeness. Be careful. We have to pay attention to these distinctions. Okay? هذه concepts لأنها في semantics. هذه أشياء مهمة. Informativity and meaningfulness are two important concepts in semantics. So not every meaningful word is an informative word. Not every meaningful sentence is an informative sentence, and so on. Okay? So we make this distinction. While it's true that many sentences do carry information in a straightforward way, it is also true that many sentences are used by speakers not to give information at all. مثل الحديث عن الطقس، يعني ما كان الهدف منه إعطاء معلومات جديدة. Right? Okay. Thus, A and B's uninformative exchange about the weather serves to reassure them both that a friendly, courteous relationship exists between them. هذا كان الهدف من الحديث عن الطقس. مش to give new information لأنه ما فيها أي new information. It's not informative at all. طيب ليش إذا الحديث عن الطقس؟ Okay, here is the answer. It says to reassure them both that a friendly, courteous relationship exists between them. إنه في جو من الألفة والصداقة بين الطرفين. Okay? All right. Okay. Even when the sentences produced are in fact informative, as when B tells A about his forthcoming trip to France, the hearer often has no specific need for the information given. Okay. لما صار الحديث عن سفر العائلة لفرنسا وإسبانيا وإشي, it is informative, but is it needed? We said no, it's not needed. So we differentiate between being informative and being needed. Okay. So yes, we have sentences that are informative, but they are not needed. The giving of information is itself an act of courtesy. هذا نوع من performed to strengthen social relationship. قلنا الهدف منها هو تعزيز عملية التواصل. This is also part of communication to keep the wheel running smoothly, as they say. The social relationships formed and maintained by the use of language are not all courteous and amicable. مش دائما الحديث بين شخصين لما يستخدموا اللغة بيناتهم بالضرورة يكون الحديث يدل على الود والتواصل الاجتماعي. ممكن يكون الحديث في نوع من الكونفليكت، نوع من العداوة، نوع من okay, animosity, etc. So it doesn't have to be courteous and amicable all the time. Speaker meaning can include both courtesy and hostility. Yes, يا نسرين.
دكتور ممكن تجيب لنا بالامتحان مثلا سؤال انه مثلا زي هيك conversation صغيرة تحكي لنا انها informative او لا مثلا؟
ممكن يكون هذا في كويز مش في الامتحان الرئيسي لانه هذا بيتطلب وقت كثير يعني. Okay. Or as a homework maybe. All right, but not in the exam. All right. So then speaker meaning can be or can include both courtesy and hostility. ممكن يكون فيه ود ولطف وممكن يكون فيه نوع من العداوة. Okay. Praise and insult. ممكن يكون مديح وممكن يكون ذم. endearment and taunt. Okay, ود و يعني عداء. All right. Consider the following strained exchange between husband and wife, then answer the questions 1 to 8. بدنا واحد يقرأ لنا husband، واحد يقرأ لنا wife. ومين راح يقرأ؟ طيب هاي صبا بتقرأ وصفا، يلا ماشي، صبا وصفا ماشي.
Okay. When I go away next week, I'm taking the car.
Oh, are you? I need the car here to take the kids to school.
I'm sorry, but I must have it. You'll have to send them on the bus.
Oh, that will be nice for the family. Up at the crack of dawn, and not home till mid-evening. Sometimes you're very inconsiderate.
Nice day.
Okay, so you see this is a conversation between a husband and his wife, and they used expressions that we have read in the first exchange between the two people at the bus stop. يعني لاحظوا انختم الحديث ب nice day between husband and wife، بينما في المحادثة الأولى ابتدأ الحديث ب nice day. كان في جملة رقم 1 nice day. شيك؟
Yes.
وبينما هون نهاية الحديث آخر جملة رقم 8 كانت nice day. Okay. لاحظوا عبارة that'll be nice for the family أيضا استخدمت في السطر التاسع في المحادثة الأولى. Oh, are you? That'll be nice for the family. Do they speak French? Okay. في عبارات تكررت في النصين. لكن do they carry the same meaning? That's the question.
No.
That's the important question here. Same language used in 2 different contexts, 2 different situations, 2 different topics. They do not carry the same meaning.
Different meaning.
Okay. Are they nice, hostile, or courtesy? Praise or insult? Whatever. All right, let's see. This conversation includes 3 utterances which were also used in the polite bus stop conversation between A and B. لاحظوا سمى الconversation between A and B at the bus stop سماها polite conversation, which there is an indication that there is some kind of impoliteness here. Okay. All right. حكينا إنه استخدم عبارة oh are you.
Yes.
Okay. This is the 3rd one. حكى هو عن 3 أشياء تكررت. Nice day. That'll be nice for the family. Oh, are you? Okay. Are you يعني من عقلك بتحكي هيك مش هيك؟ هنا في يعني صح ولا خطأ هنا يعني أنت بتحكي صح ولا يعني. So she's checking on whether this is true or not. All right. Okay. So this conversation includes 3 utterances which were also used in the polite bus stop conversation between A and B. I identified these 3. We talked about them. When the wife in the above exchange says, are you? Is she thereby in some sense taking up a position opposed to that of her husband?
Yes.
Yes. يعني ما قلنا بتحكي له أنت من عقلك يعني بدك تأخذ السيارة يعني. Okay. يعني ضد إنه يأخذ السيارة. Okay. Look at number 3. In the bus stop conversation, when A says, are you? Is he in any sense taking up a position opposed to B's position?
No.
No, definitely not. صحيح. No. Yes, you're right, Hamza. No. Number 4. When the wife above says, That'll be nice for the family. Is she expressing the belief that her husband's absence with the car will be nice for the family?
No.
No, again, no. That'll be nice يعني أنت والله يعني ما قصرت، بمعنى لاحظوا احنا عبارة ما قصرت كمان تستخدم عندنا بالعربي بنفس الطريقة، مش هيك؟ مرات تقول له واحد ما قصرت يعني نوع من المديح، وتقول له واحد ما قصرت يعني أنت واحد غير مؤدب، مش هيك؟ بنفس الطريقة. That'll be nice for the family يعني أنت يعني كثير مهتم بعائلتك. That'll be nice for the family. All right. When A says to B at the bus stop, that'll be nice for the family, is he expressing the belief that going to France will be nice for the family? And the answer is yes.
Yes.
Yes, there it's at face value يعني ما فيها أي نوع من الirony. بينما لما حكت هون that'll be nice for the family, there is irony there. Okay? تعرفوا درستوا بالأدب عن الirony.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. سخرية.
Being ironic, right? أنا قالت له يعني up at the crack of dawn يعني مع شقة الضوء والفجر. Okay, and not home till mid-evening. Sometimes you are very inconsiderate. Okay. Let's see number 6. Is A's remark at the bus stop nice day a pointed change of subject for the purpose of ending a conversation?
No.
No, it is
To continue the conversation.
to start actually. To start the conversation. يعني nice day بدأت قلنا رقم 1 كانت to initiate a conversation. That is the, as they say, to break the tip of the iceberg. كما زي ما بيحكوا بالمثل الإنجليزي. To يعني نكسر الجمود بأنه هذه بداية الحوار وخلق نوع من الود في الحديث. All right. What is the function of this remark of A's? أنا قفزت عن إشي لا. Okay. Is A's remark at the bus stop? Okay, we said this is to initiate conversation. Shake?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. All right. To interesting conversation, to prelude to a more interesting conversation. When the husband uses the same words about the weather above, what does he mean by it?
To end the conversation.
End a conversation.
خلاص قلت الحديث أحسن. Okay. كفي لهون مش هيك؟ That's what لا مش كفي لهون طبعا بالدرس يعني, but that's what I think what he means by saying that. All right. So you see, same language being used in different contexts, okay, have different meaning and different function. All right. Now, when there is a context, probably it's easy to understand things. When there is no context, things become difficult. Okay. So as you see, the same sentences are used by different speakers on different occasions to mean different things. They mean different things because we are talking about speaker meaning, not dictionary meaning. Dictionary meaning does not change. Okay. Once a person has mastered the stable meanings of words and sentences as defined by the language system, he can quickly grasp the different conversational and social uses that they can be put to. Okay. طبعا, it's important for us to know the dictionary meaning before we can say that we need to study speaker meaning or we need to figure out speaker meaning. If we do not know dictionary meaning, how can we know speaker meaning? Okay. Then the first step to do in studying language and semantics in particular, to know what words and sentences mean in the language, okay? Before we attempt to understand what they can be used to mean. Okay, and there is a difference between what they mean and what they can be used to mean. So it's important. We said dictionary meaning, although it's available, it's important for us to know. Okay, and that's what we will focus on in studying semantics. We will focus on language meaning, dictionary meaning, before we think about speaker meaning, because speaker meaning is bound by many things. All right, speaker meaning is very important, but it is not as important as language meaning, because language meaning is more subtle. Okay, and because it's more subtle, it's easy to study and understand. All right. Okay, sentence meaning and speaker meaning are both important, but systematic study proceeds more easily if one carefully distinguishes the two, and for the most part gives prior consideration to sentence meaning and those aspects of meaning generally which are determined by the language system. Okay, so you give language meaning priority over speaker meaning, okay, rather than those which reflect the will of the individual speaker and the circumstances of use on particular occasions. The gap between speaker meaning and sentence meaning is such that it is even possible for a speaker to convey a quiet, intelligible intention by using a sentence whose literal meaning is contradictory or nonsensical. Okay, yeah, speaker meaning sometimes justifies for us sentence meaning which is contradictory. Okay, we'll see the examples. Look at the following utterances and state whether they are intended to be taken literally or not, meaning non-literally. Number one, tired traveler says, yes, Dina.
This suitcase is killing me. No, he doesn't mean it literally.
Okay, you see there is contradiction there, right?
Yes.
If you take it literally, there is contradiction because a suitcase does not kill.
Yeah.
Yani the verb kill requires an animate subject. قواعديا, or based on the meaning of the words, the verb kill requires an animate subject. يتطلب كائن حي ليكون هو الفاعل. Okay? لكن suitcase is not an animate subject. It is inanimate, right? فliterally there is contradiction. كيف إشي كائن غير حي يقتل كائن حي؟ كيف؟ And then besides, the verb kill here doesn't mean literally kill. It means it's making me very tired, very exhausted, right? So there is contradiction in this sentence. So we go by speaker meaning rather than the literal meaning. Speaker meaning here justifies the use of this sentence and tells us that this person means that this suitcase is making him or her really very tired. Okay. Number two. Sentence number two. Yalla ya Saba.
Assisted in a shop, we regularly do the impossible. Miracles take a little longer. No.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. The assistant in a shop says, we regularly do the impossible. How could one do the impossible? You say impossible. If it's impossible, it cannot be done. Okay? Yes. And he says miracles take a little longer. كمان we do miracles, but they take a longer time. Okay, literally there is contradiction. There is contradiction. Yeah, but again, speaker meaning, we do the impossible. يعني احنا بنطلع عن كل ما هو مألوف في سبيل خدمة الزبائن. اوكي وبنعمل الاشياء اللي ما بتنعمل في سبيل انه نكون زبايننا راضين. This is what he intends to mean, but he went for something that is literally contradictory. We do the impossible. You cannot do the impossible. Number three, نسرين يلا.
During business meeting, it's a dog eat dog situation.
Yeah. Again, can we take it literally?
During
literally?
a business. No, not literally.
No, you cannot, because yeah, I mean, in a business meeting, it's then, I mean, the individuals meeting there are not dogs, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Number 4 يا حمزة يلا.
During a heated argument, don't bite my head off. No.
Okay.
You cannot take it
literally, right? And the last one, yeah, Bashar.
Okay, doctor. Hungry person at the dinner table. I called it a horse. No, doctor.
Okay. Again, a person cannot eat. Yeah. But this is an expression of being. This is an expression of being very hungry, starving. Yeah. I could eat a horse, and probably this is more British, because in American English, they say I could eat a whole elephant. Okay. So examples such as these show that speakers can convey meaning quite vividly by using sentences whose meanings are in some sense problematical. Yani if you take them literally, they are very problematic. All right. To account for this, it's necessary to analyze at 2 levels. Firstly, to show what's wrong with such sentences, why they can't be literally true, and secondly, how speakers nevertheless manage to communicate something by means of them. And if they have contradictory meaning, how do you use them and make them understood and accepted in a nice way? Okay? Because you bank on the intended meaning. You bank on the intended meaning. أنت بتعتمد على الانتنشن. Okay? لما تحكي we'll do the impossible، الزبون بيكون مبسوط بأنك أنت راح تسوي كل شيء بتقدر عليه، وحتى شيء خارج عن إرادتك ممكن تسويه في سبيل إرضاء الزبون. Okay? So you bank on the intended meaning. You depend on the intended meaning. All right?
Yes.
Yeah. So how speakers nevertheless manage to communicate something by means of them. Sections of this book are devoted to both kinds of meaning, but rather more attention is given to sentence and word meaning. And this is what we said. We always come back to the subtle or the settled meaning of words and sentences. And that is language meaning, yani what you find in a dictionary, not speaker meaning. We will now leave this topic and give some more attention to the question of how one studies meaning to the methods of semantics. Okay, practice. Let's see number 1 in practice. And who's gonna read? يلا يا حمزة شوف.
دكتور أنا خلصت المحاضرة.
انتهى الوقت 46. Okay. All right. All right. يعني read the last part. احنا ما راح نهتم كثير بالحديث عن الثيوري، بس على الأقل راح نقرأ تعريف الثيوري. Okay, and prepare unit 2 for next time. For next time we'll start unit 2. يعني مرورا راح نحكي عن الثيوري، بس ما راح تكون داخله في موضوع الوحدة الأولى، وراح نبدأ رأسا الحديث عن يونت 2. فحضروا لنا يونت 2 for next time. يعطيكم العافية وإلى اللقاء. أوكي.
إلى اللقاء دكتور.
يعطيك العافية دكتور.
لين الله يعافيك. هلا حمزة. لين.